place, known by many as the only country in Africa that has never been colonized, and admired for its captivating culture, rich history, and alluring natural attractions. And today, I am heading to Illubabor zone, about 700 kilometers away from the capital city of Addis Ababa in Oromia region. Oromia is one of the 9 regions in Ethiopia, hosting some of the nation's notable natural attractions like Awash National Parks, Bali Mountains, and lakes of Rift Valley and Bishoftu. If you know me well, I am one of those people who prefers to go with the flow while traveling for a local or authentic experience, and it is why today I am taking the bus to travel 700 kilometers to visit my grandmother in a small town called Khat in Illubabor. Illubabor is one of the 20 zones in the Oromia region, offering an amiable climatic conditions, sitting at a varying elevation of 1,500 to 2,000 meters above sea level, with an average annual rainfall of approximately 2,000 millimeters, contributing to its majestic natural beauties and wonders of land. Illubabor is named after the former province Illubabor. The word Illubabor is derived from the Oromo language, the widely spoken language in Ethiopia belonging to the Cushitic languages. The word Ilu is a name of a clan, and Ababor was the horse name of Chali Shon or Shali Shon, who founded the ruling family of the area when it was conquered by Shewa. From 1978 to 1995, Gore was the capital city of Illubabor before it moved to Metu following the adoption of the new constitution, which also resulted the territory of Illubabor to be divided between the Gambella, Oromia, the southern nationalities and peoples of regions of Ethiopia. Historically, Illubabor has been regarded as one of the food exporting areas in Ethiopia. However, after 1997 crop disease such as gray leaf spot resulted in deterioration in condition. This phenomena combined with competition over farmland due to heightened interest of foreign investors pushed many farmers to resort to producing another major kind of cash crop called Khat, or by its Ethiopian name Chat. And during my trip to Illubabor, I also had the opportunity to visit a small Khat cultivation in Walqitesa, where I had an unplanned learning opportunity about the region's cash crop. Walqitesa is a small, beautiful village in which one of my aunts leads a humble life as a farmer, growing Khat and a few other things as the main source of income.
እቺ አቮካዶ ናት። ትልቅ ነው።
ይሄ ደግሞ ቬቲቫር የሚሉት በእንግሊዘኛችሁ
ምን ነው የሚባለው?
ቬቲቫር ቬቲቫር ወይንም ደግሞ በአማርኛ ደግሞ በተለምዶ ሜሽንታሪ ይሉታል። ወይንም ደግሞ እርከን ለመስራት የሚተከለው ለአፈርና ውሃ ጥበቃ
እንዳይሸረሽር። አሃ
ልጆች እንዳይሰሙ ይሄ እንግዲህ የሹጫት ነው።
ያው እንዳለ ይሄ ኮስኗል።
አዎ ጫት ይጠቅላላ ከዚህ ጀምሮ
Khat has been chewed for centuries for its stimulant effect in countries such as Yemen, Somalia, and Ethiopia, and until recently in the few Western countries. Khat, or by its scientific name, Khatha edulis, is a plant native to the Horn of Africa and Arabian Peninsula. And depending who you're asking what Khat is, You may hear it's either a blessing or a curse. Some even try to assure you it's not just a cash crop, rather some sort of miracle keeping their youth from joining a terrorist group. Nonetheless, it is included as one of the psychoactive drugs in the Convention on Psychotropic Substance of 1971, a United Nations treaty established to control psychotropic substances. The main active ingredient of khat responsible for its psychostimulant effect is an alkaloid chemical known as cathinone, structurally and chemically similar to diamphetamine and cathin, a milder form of cathinone. Because of its highly potent stimulant and effects on the central nervous system stimulation, khat remains highly sought for recreational purposes in East Africa. In the 1990s, when coffee prices fell, many farmers in Ethiopia switched to growing khat. As a result, over the last 3 decades, khat production became a major source of employment, income, revenue, and making it the most popular and lucrative and export goods in the producing countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somaliland, bringing in an estimated 400,000 a day just in Kenya alone. The industry is so central to the regional economy that in 2016, when Somalia briefly banned khat imports for a single week, Kenyan farmers lost millions of dollars. For many, including my aunt, it's a good business because of its low labor requirements and resistance to drought, especially in areas with poor irrigation systems, largely due to the lack of technological capacities.
ይሄ ልጅ ነው ልጅ ጫት ማለት ነው።
መቼ ነው አሁን ይሄ የተተከለው? አምና
ማለት ገና ዘንድሮ አመቱ። አሁን ይሄ ዘንድሮ ይሰበራል ማለት ነው።
በአንድ አመት ይወስ 12 ወር ያህል ይወስዳል።
12 ያህል ወር ይወስዳል። አሁን ጫምና ነው የተተከለችው። አሁን ዝናብ እንደዘነበ ይተፋል። ሲተፋ ይሰበራል ማለት ነው። በዚህ እድሜው መካከል ጥቅም ይሰጣል ማለት ነው።
ለዛ ነው በጋ ላይ ስራ የለም።
በጋ ላይ ስራ የለም።
ልክ ያ ዝናቧ ስትመጣ እሺ እንትንሳ ያለ ወቅት ዝናብ በሚኖርበት ጊዜ
ጥሩ አማራጭ ነው እሱ።
አሁን ሰሞኑ ሲዘንብ ነበር ግን በቂ አልሆነለትም። ገባኝ። በቂ ስላልሆነ ለማውጣት አልቻለም። ለዛ ነው ይሄ ልጅ ጫት ነው። ያኛው ደግሞ እናጫለ ያው በዚህ እድሜው መካከል ጥቅም ይሰጣል። ምን
ጥቅም የሚሰጠው በቃ ይሄን ያህል ከሆነ መሰበር ይችላል።
ደርሷል።
አሁን ይሄ ውሃ ቢኖር
እዛ ጋር አሁን ውሃ የለም። ወደዛ ውሃ
አለ ግን እንደዚህ ነው ይመጣ።
መስኖ ቢኖር እኮ ምንም ሁሌም አለ ማለት ነው።
ባጠገብ ውሃ ስላለ ይለቁበት ይሄ ይወጣ ነበር። ግን የግድ የምንጠቀመው ግድ በአመት ዝናብ ጠብቀን ግን ውሃ አለ እና ይሄንን የመሰለ ነው። ከዚህ በታይ ደግሞ የለም ገና ያው ለመትከል እናስባለን እንጂ
ይሄን ቆርጣችሁ
ይሄው ነው
ልጅ ጫት እናት ጫት አልከኝ።
Overall, an estimated 10 million people worldwide chew khat. For instance, in Somalia, an estimated 75% of men are khat users for recreational purposes. Since then, khat has become one of the Somaliland's major export goods. Although khat chewing is common among men, women have a long history of dominance in the East African khat trade. In Somaliland, an estimated 72% of khat vendors are women. Similarly, in Ethiopia, as a mesfin, the former Ethiopian Prime Minister Meles Zenawi's wife is Ethiopia's top khat exporter, contributing to her net worth of an estimated $4 billion, making her the 10th richest Ethiopian in 2013. The two entry points for Khat into Europe were London and Amsterdam, where it is imported, traded, consumed legally as a vegetable product. However, over the recent years, the economic reliability of Khat has been under constant threat. Activists and supporters of Khat prohibition, like a Somali youth worker, Mohammed Dullah, and politicians have called for actions following warnings of significant risk to public health and national security. As a result, on June 24, 2014, the United Kingdom's Home Secretary Theresa May made the political decision to ban Khat, and Khat became a controlled substance not only in countries like the United States and Canada, but also in a growing number of Western countries. In discussion of Khat chewing, the controversial issues have been whether Khat is addictive or not, and whether Khat constitutes a serious threat to public health and to the safety and well-being of their community, particularly children, young people, and their families. Although many Khat users argue that Khat improves concentration while studying or working, there are studies associating Khat chewing with negative health outcomes and social problems, such as enhanced negative mood, blunted cardiovascular stress reactions, absenteeism, and unemployment, leading to a decline in overall national economic productivity. On the other hand, even if the Convention on Psychotropic Substance of 1971 had established an international control system for psychotropic substances like Khat, the World Health Organization still does not consider Khat to be seriously addictive, and instead suggests more robust evidence is needed about the health and social effects of Khat use in general to inform decisions regarding the legal status of Khat. Similarly, in recent discussion of Khat ban, another controversial issue has been whether the ban on Khat was based on scientific evidence in terms of health risk, or rather on consideration of crime control, nationalism, and the backlash against immigrants and counter-terrorism. Karen Bradley, Minister for the Home Office, argued that the UK was at risk of becoming a base for organized criminals who wanted to smuggle Khat to other countries where it was controlled. Similarly, the United Kingdom's Conservative government had also stated that Khat trade supported relation to terrorism, specifically the Somali-based Islamist group Al-Shabaab, thereby determining the ban was justified. Regardless of the increasing concern or controversy surrounding Khat cultivation or Khat consumption, Khat remains legal in the Horn of Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. While the ban might be a victory to the Western nations and to the Somali activists like Mohammed, the ban negatively impacts those in the Khat trade who are mostly women. Some might be as powerful as the former First Lady Azim Mesfin, but majority are small farmers and vendors like my aunt in Ethiopia. These are farmers who resorted to Khat cultivation simply due to the crop's drought-resistant nature and low labor requirements. But the majority of farmers in Ethiopia who are being impacted by the prohibition are farmers who switched to Khat cultivation due to the decline in coffee prices, crop disease, and mainly land scarcity resulting from unfair land exploration and earmarking of land for foreign investments. My own view is that I have witnessed both productive individuals who are also Khat consumers, as well as those whose well-being of their community, particularly their families, have been impacted negatively or deteriorated due to Khat addiction. It is why more research is needed in order to unite the community divided on the issues of Khat and its effects on Khat users in their communities. Are you a Khat user? Please leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on how is khat consumption impacting you or your family and your community. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to show your girl some love by liking this video, subscribing and clicking the notification button. Thank you so much. See you in another video.